Cool. So we're doing this review, and if you don't know where you are in the video series, this is an entire playlist on YouTube, and you could find the playlist and you could watch the video before. We're doing a little review of SQL, and you could subscribe to me on YouTube, and you could follow me on Twitter, and you could come to Greater Commons and take amazing classes. That's everything you need to know. So here we have create database. We know that already. Create database DB, name, list the databases on a server, connect to a database, C DB name, exit a database, \Q, or just switch to another one. You cannot drop a database that you're connected to that has any open connection. So switch to another database. Then you can do drop database name to get rid of a database. So if I go look at my databases, how do I see my databases? \, what? List them. And I'm just going to do drop database sample. And now if I do \L, it's gone. So that's drop database. And then we could create a table, create table name, and then field data type constraints. Field data type constraints. Field data type constraints. Field data type constraints. FDC. That sounds kind of like finance, Federal Depository Corp. FDC. FDC insured. Field data type constraints. You need to remember create table. Dude, how do I create a table? You just told me. Create table, and then the name, and then FDC, field data type constraints. And so here are some examples of creating tables. Create table company, field, data type, constraints. Field, data type, constraints. Field, data type, constraints. Field, data type, no constraints. Field, data type. So more examples of creating tables. List the tables. Give me the details, \D. List \D table name for the table details. Drop table name to drop a table, just like drop database. Drop database, database name, drop table name. And then we have insert data. So we insert into table, field names, values, right? Or we could also do it without specifying the fields, the columns. So we could just say insert into table, values, these are the values. You may not need to specify you may not need to specify the column names in the SQL query if you are adding values for all the columns of the table. However, make sure the order of the values is in the same order as the columns in the table. Insert into table name values, And then it gives us some information, right? Let's look at those because we haven't spent any time on that yet. So I'm in ski resort still, so I'm going to create table, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, friends, and it'll have FID, int, primary key, not null, and then friend first, and it will be text, and we'll let it be null. And I'm going to insert into friends values 1, James, 2, Jenny, and we'll call it good. Insert 02. So insert 02. Message returned if more than one rows were inserted. Number is the number of rows inserted. Sweet. Insert 02. What happens if I insert 1? Doctor knows, my friend. He has a bad reputation, but he's actually a cool guy. Insert 01, so 01, OID. Message returned if only one row is inserted. OID is the numeric OID of the inserted row. Well, that's not quite what we got, but whatever. So I'm just going to get rid of this one because this is from that training, so maybe it's not right. Delete row. There we go. examples. Create table, insert into company. So that inserts a row. We have here all of the field names and then values. Here, the field names are right here, but we omitted salary. Salary was up here. There's no salary here. So we omitted salary. And then that would, I don't know what would happen. What happens if we insert into friends? Nothing for that one. We're just going to do 4. And now let's do a select star from friends. And we've got 4 with nothing there because I didn't say when I created it, I didn't say not null. So I just inserted one of the things. Could I do this? I'm wondering if, no, because I need my primary key. I was just going to play with the field names. So there's slightly different things here. Salary is set to default by the default clause here. So here we have salary, and it's set to default. And uses default clause for join date. And then insert multiple rows. We've seen that. Just like there's one record getting inserted. Here's the next record getting inserted. First one, second one. Cool. So that's creating tables and inserting. How many people this little review is helpful? Okay.